Now, coming to a conclusion, because getting closer to your lunch break, and we want to finish this presentation in a couple of minutes. So, looking at the failure rates, how many students fail my finance courses? Well, let's have a look at the semesters before the introduction of the inverted classroom model. Summer 2011, 57% have failed the course. Winter 2011, 79% of the students have failed the final examination. Summer 2012, 68% of the students have failed the final examination. Now, winter 2012, 61%. As you can see, high, dramatic failure rates. Now, guess what? After introduction of ICM, summer 2013, same final examination, same structure, same exercises, same questions, failure rate 13%. Now, back then I said to myself, great, this is now the solution. Unfortunately, it went up in, again, the failure rate in the winter 2013, up to 36%. In 2014, it went down again to 26%. Winter 2014, I had 37%. Still, you can see if you compare the success rate, the average success rate, it's much better after I have introduced the ICM. And after now I'm using the ICM. And of course, you have to keep in mind that I have increased the workload and the content in a dramatic way. So I have increased, that's what you have to keep in mind while looking at these figures. Previously, I was only able to do maybe a third of the content that I'm doing now. So students learn 3 times more, or actually they are learning what they should learn in a second semester course. And still, the success rate is much better. So
are the students complaining that the workload is so high?
Of course they do. And that's good. That's a good signal, at least from my perspective. Right? Yeah, one thing is, if you apply such a model, you should better be prepared to have some tough discussions with your students. They will not like it. They will hate you. But then 2, 3, or 4 semesters, they will come back to you. This is my experience. They will come back to you and they will say, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm teaching another course, which is, it's a course in English, which is called Academic Research and Writing. It's also a second semester course. It's an introduction into academic research and writing, where students have to watch 12 chapters of e-learning, and after that they have to prepare a term paper. And I'm quite strict, and there's an extremely high workload. Still, it goes along with the 5 ECTS credit points. It's not that it's more than 5 ECTS. It's a 5 ECTS credit point course, and they have to work for that 5 ECTS credit points. So they have to do their workload. And of course, they are not satisfied because they compare my courses with the courses of other instructors. And some other instructors, they are, I don't know, maybe laissez-faire, or they are not as strict as I am. And then they say, yeah, your courses, there's so much pressure, there's such a high workload. And I say, yeah, good. For the first time you are studying. This is what studying is about. From Latin word studere, right? Studying. You have to involve yourself into what you are doing, and there has to be a certain level of accomplishment. Now, then in the 4th and in the 5th semester, students have to turn in term papers in other courses, and they have to work on other subjects as well, where where finance is needed. And then they come back to me, and then they say, thank you very much. Thank you very much for teaching us the principles of finance, and for teaching us the principles of academic research and writing, because now we really have an advantage. We can compare our achievements directly with the achievements of other students. I even had one student who sent me an email. She was abroad, doing a semester abroad at another university. Was in Scotland at Napier University. And then she had to do 3 courses, and 3 term papers were due, and all the local students were accustomed of the workload, were accustomed to the workload. Now, then there were quite a number of German students, also students from other universities as well. And then she said, I'm so glad that I took your course, and I'm so glad that I can still now watch the e-learning, because of course I forgot some of the content, but I still have access to the course room. I still can watch the e-learning videos. I can rewatch them. And now I am much better off than the other students from other German universities. I have no problems at all. Thank you very much. So that was really, that's what I'm living for, you know. I mean, that's what instructors should live for. This is really said, yeah, apparently you're on the right way. I don't say that this is perfect. There's a lot of room for improvement, but I know at least that I'm on the right track. I'm aiming towards the right direction. And yeah, there's also a certain degree of education if it comes to the students. They have to learn to learn. They have to study the study guide, and thereafter they have to learn. And this is, I want to make sure that they learn to learn. Okay.
So at least you get some positive feedback on that as well. That's encouraging for us.
Yeah, first negative, then positive. So that it's better than the other way around.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, since we are running into our
yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. I just want to mention that I wrote an article. There's a conference poster and an article. If someone is interested in the article, I'm happy to send around the article, because we also did an empirical investigation with respect to this course. And otherwise, from my side, thank you very much for your attention, and enjoy your lunch break. And if there are any questions now, I'm happy to answer your questions.
Yes. Yeah, 5 minutes for questions.
How many working hours did you spend for preparing the course? It was 2.5 ECTS points. So how much hours or how much time and effort did you actually spend preparing everything?
I had no vacation in 2012. That's what I can say for sure. I can't put it down in numbers, but I would say 6 to 9 months besides of your normal work, and then you don't have time for any other projects. No articles, no conferences, nothing else. No project groups, nothing else. 6 to 9 months if you do it this way.
Although you already had the content.
Yeah, if you start to do it in the correct way, of course you start to think again if the content is correct and whether you should adjust your content. But of course, you should only start on a course where you have a certain background with respect to the content, right?
Okay.
If it's a new, completely new, you should double the time if it's a completely new content, I would say.
Okay. So the question here is, how can we save time?
Yeah, you're on the right way, right? Because you're joining forces. I was on my own. I just had one junior instructor, and he was helping me, supporting me a little bit. But then basically, I was on my own. But you are teaming up now, and you can create working packages. You should break down the working packages. And the question is, because I knew that I want to use this course maybe for the next years. So I spent a lot of effort. The question is whether you want to use for how long you want to use your course. If it's only like for 1 or 2 years, then you shouldn't spend so much on the technical details. If you want to develop this course in the upcoming years, if you want to improve it, if you want to keep on keep on going with the course, you should maybe spend some more time on the technical issues. And like I said, you should break down the task and work packages. Don't have too many instructors working on the same chapters, because this is also, then again, this is my experience from another project. takes enough time, because then everyone has ideas and no, we should do it this way, and then you spend too much on discussion. But what becomes important is you have to generate content. You have to go on, right? So 2 instructors are good. 1 instructor maybe starts to do a chapter with slides and the script, then he hands it over to his colleague, and his colleague will do the quality management. Then they both may adjust the slides, and then you can go on, and thereby you might be able to create a certain speed by manufacturing the e-learning.
Okay, further questions? Okay, seems like at the moment everyone is really happy, and we would like to say hello. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm tired already as well. I'm looking for lunch. Everyone is yeah. I think we thank you very much for the rich and very thorough information. And I guess you, even though you're sitting in Germany, Frankfurt now, this was a very sympathetic way to present the topic without even getting our reactions. So this must be very hard. But anyway, you trained it during your recording sessions, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, and yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your attention. And yeah, I know it's there's not enough room for bilateral communication, only limited room for bilateral communication. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And yeah, have a nice time in Valencia. And I hope that you enjoy your lunch break, and hope to see some of you soon in the near future. And good luck for your project.
Yes, thank you very much again. And yeah, this is. I hope you heard the applause.